Right, so here we're going to show you the damp wall again and various locations where I'm going to plaster sample to see what's going on regarding the moisture. So as you can see, these areas I've picked here, I've used the damp meter and I've got high readings in all of these. So these would be good areas to sample to see why there's a problem in those particular areas. Before we actually take a sample, one thing that's very important is to make sure there's no hidden pipes or wires. So have a little look around on the wall, nothing obvious, little metal detector, have a little scan round, nothing on there. Hopefully then we should be good to go. These areas I've taken, obviously because there's damp readings there, many people do many different things. So some people would come and literally just take one sample. In my opinion, is it's always necessary to take a number of samples because you've got different types of plasters, possibly different types of building fabric. We don't know what's going on here, so everything can hold different amounts of moisture. Some fabrics can let moisture go a lot easier than others. So just looking at this here, ideally as well, I would have taken one up in the ceiling beneath any flashing just to see what's going on there. But this ceiling is very undulating. I don't fancy walking across there because I'd probably end up in the customer's bed and they won't be very happy. So these are the areas we're taking the samples from. What's really important when you take a sample is a little container. You can pop shut, it's airtight and sealed so no moisture is lost from the sample. So how we do this basically, we've got a little homemade shooter, put the pot in, that ensures nothing is basically going to drop down, so everything goes into the little pot. Take a little sample from there. I'm actually going to use just a little bladder to take these samples. The plaster's pretty soft, there's no need to drill it. That will give us then 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, those various areas to find out exactly what's going on. So it might be there is moisture in the wall. Some of that could be residual from previous repairs drying down. It could still be occurring now, we don't know. But it's likely there's definitely going to be salts in there due to the such high readings off the damp meter and lots of prominent tan staining everywhere. Everybody says different things about how to actually measure what's going on there. I've been involved in literally God knows how many of these jobs where people have spent thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds and they've had their builder, their DIY friend, every expert they think going. But the bottom line is you have to take plaster samples. This damp meter is now, they're brilliant bits of kit. They're showing me there's a problem there, but you're getting readings off the scale. Is it moisture? Is it salts? I don't know. Is it salts? Is it moisture? Is it a bit of both? I don't know. I would say it's definitely salts here, but I don't know whether there's any moisture or not. If you're taking a little bit of sample and there's like 3, 5, 6%, the sample will feel pretty much dry. So you're not really going to be able to exactly tell on there, even if you hit into the mortar bed and give it a good rub out with your fingers. If you're getting up higher moisture content, so that, especially at the base of the walls, you can normally see it. But with the speedy meter, like a carbide meter, it's a little chamber. Basically, you put the sample in, give it a little shake around, it gives you a reading. So that reading it gives you is a total moisture content. So that is the free moisture, capillary moisture, whatever you want to call it, and the hygroscopic moisture added together. So if you've got 10% total moisture content, it doesn't actually tell you what is actually damp and what is hygroscopic. It just says you've got 10%. It's impossible to work out what's going on. So in my opinion, this is the only way you can do this. This is well documented in something called BRE Digest 245. All the laboratory analysis, how to do the sampling. This is the only way to get the actual definitive answer. Once I've got these samples, I've actually ran them through the lab, I can then define exactly what's going on. So some customers say it looks like a crime scene with all my stickers everywhere and notes and everything on some of the buildings because some of the houses have got a lot of problems in different areas. But whilst it may take a little bit of a time to get all this, once we've got this, we will know how to fix the building. So we'll do an aerial survey, thermal imaging, all the plaster sampling and just a building survey of the area. That will give us the answers to move forward. So I hope this sort of like made sense and thanks for watching.